Hey, welcome to another one of my OSHA compliance help shows. I am Sheldon Primus, the host of the Safety Consultant podcast, and I'm still an active safety consultant because my shirt said so right there. My shirt says I'm a safety consultant, so that means I am, right? So this is the show where I'm going to help you specifically about OSHA compliance. So if you have any OSHA compliance questions at all, this is the time to go ahead, put them in the chat box. Man, I'm out of coffee. Just one sip. It sucks being out of coffee. Anyway, so I'm going to help you out with this one. Put it in the chat box, whatever you guys got. So while you're typing, I know you guys are doing this kind of typing here. I want you guys to listen to something.
Year after year after year, I hear people tell me that they do not want to pay large subscription fees or for memberships to be able to get access to content related to safety. So me and my friends here at Safety FM have come up with an idea called Safety FM Plus. This is a video streaming service that allows you to have some downloadable document content available readily wherever you are. You can go to the website safetyfmplus.com or go to the Apple Store app and download it for your iPhone, iPad, or even Apple TV. It's also available on Android and Android TV, Roku, and Fire TV. We want to be wherever you are. So to get you started, you can come to the website or download the apps as we just discussed. The other great portion about this is that if you sign up right now at safetyfmplus.com, you will get a downloadable version of Simple Revolutionary Acts, the first book by Dr. Todd Conklin, as part of your membership to get into this. So go right now to safetyfmplus.com to find out more information. That is safetyfmplus.com.
Not bad. Oh, I stepped on the last line there. My bad. So if you didn't get it, that is Safety FM has a new product out there called Safety FM Plus. So it's a video subscription service, just like a Netflix, something similar to that, HBO Max, Disney Plus. So you go out to safetyfmplus.com and go ahead and join. Awesome. I actually have a couple of videos over there. So there is an OSHA compliance help channel that you could see. And I only have stuff specifically for that service. So you're not going to get it here. You actually have to go over there to get it. And I'll keep adding some more content to that product as well. So I got a couple things that you guys now are done typing in the chat box. So that's pretty cool. So where can I find, sir, safety rules and regulations as per latest OSHA 2018 is the answer that I'm getting over there. We got somebody who was telling me I've got some perfect dancing. All right, nice, thank you. So I'm only seeing it as LinkedIn user, so I'm not too sure who this person is. So excuse me for not being able to call you by name, but this is what you would do. There's two ways of making sure that you have the most recent OSHA standards. First, you're going to need to go to it's the Code of Federal Regulations, CFR, and you also want to combine it and look at it for the Federal Register. So those two documents together, OSHA updates the Federal Register. Basically is the home or the house of all rules, all regulations, all laws in the U.S. has to go through and be put into the Federal Register. So OSHA is Title 29. Title 29 will update once a year in July. So every July they update the latest regs. So once a year in July they're going to go ahead and update that. Go to OSHA.gov. I'm going to share my screen real quick to show you how to get there. And while I'm doing that, any OSHA compliance questions, anything you got, current problem, past problem, you want to win a bet? I added that recently. Some people are really like, hey man, I have this OSHA or record keeping question or something. Help me win a bet. Yeah, so yeah, if you want to win a bet, I'm good with that. So go ahead and put it in the chat box and I'm going to help you out with this one. So I'm going to share my screen show you how to find that. All right. So it is Reza. Hopefully I'm saying that right. So if I'm saying Reza, it's close to RZA. RZA's kind of, Wu-Tang Clan. Wu-Tang. So Reza, let me show you how to do it. I'm going to share my screen for you. So OSHA.gov is where you want to go first. And then when you get to OSHA.gov, you want to go over here where it says standards. So click on standards. I'm going to try to zoom in a little for you. Then you have laws and regulations. So once you go down to laws and regulations, depending on which one, OSHA only has jurisdiction over general industry, construction, maritime, and agriculture. So that's OSHA's jurisdiction. Outside of that, OSHA does not have jurisdiction. So here would be your general industry, construction, maritime, and ag. They do have Title 1904 record keeping, which is good to know of. And then preambles. If you haven't heard of preambles before, very important for you to know how a law became a rule. So the preambles is kind of a collection of how when OSHA comes out with a ruling and they say, okay, we want to make sure that this is going to be comprehensive for the public. So they'll do open comment periods, and they'll have different people that'll comment and trade groups and everything else. So if that's the case, they want to keep all that material in one place. So let's say you're looking at fall protection. You go to the preambles, you kind of scroll down to where you see fall protection, and it's by topic over here. Then you just have to keep scrolling until you see fall protection. And once you do, fall protection right here, you see just kind of a little collection of some of the things that made the rule is what that boils down to. And there's some other documents. You could go down a whole bunch of, just threads and threads and threads of what to look at. So that's how you would find it. Hopefully I answered your question there. Yeah, but you definitely need the Code of Federal Regulation, and then you need to go to regs.gov, which is the actual home of the Federal Register. So that's how you're going to find that. All right, good deal. Any other questions, comments, anything that you want me to do? Go ahead and put that in for me. I'm going to answer your OSHA compliance health questions live. So I'm going to kind of go back and forth right now for the screen, and I'm going to show you a couple of things while we're still on this thought. For regulations, this might help Rez a little bit. I'm already giving you a nickname. Over here, you have a regulatory agenda. This agenda is every agency in the U.S. uses this agenda, and you're going to see regsinfo.gov is where it's going to take me to. So it takes me to all the different regulatory agencies. They have to plan. So this is a planning tool that makes it public for us to see what's coming up. So with this planning tool, you want to go to Department of Labor, and that's DOL here, and OSHA starts right over here. So again, this is going to help you with planning. So I'm going to stop over here. Everything else under that is going to be MSHA. OSHA has no jurisdiction because MSHA does. MSHA is mining. So for OSHA, starting with emergency response, in a pre-rule stage, you see all these here from emergency response going all the way down to blood level, medical removal. Pre-rule stages are usually around 18 to 24 months away. OSHA has been in a holding pattern recently, so it's probably going to start coming back to the regular order of business. So the regular order of business will be pre-rule is right around 18 months. No, right around 24 months before it becomes law. And you could actually click on the links over here, and you can see what the proposed rule is so that you could be ready. So that's usually what you go for pre-rule stage. We got a new comment over here. Well, good. I'm glad that it worked for you. Excellent. Great stuff from Jay Allen. Cool. So And you missed your show, man. Your commercial. You probably heard it anyway. So when I go down after pre-rule, you're going to see proposed rules. So this is going to help you with your safety system. So when you see pre-rule, proposed rules, truly, this is something that touches you, that it's in your industry, what you want to do then is start planning now. Get equipment ready, start learning what the rule's going to be, make sure that you have a good understanding of when the open comment periods are so you could comment if you really need to. And all that is going to be over here once you, let's see, right here is lockout tagout. We're going to have a change in lockout tagout. I click on this link. And right now over here, it's telling me exactly what that change is going to be. So they're telling me in advance. And when you see proposed rules, it's right about the 18-month mark before it becomes a final rule. So over here is where you're going to see that information. And once you find this information, I would kind of save this page so that you could always keep coming back to it and see what's new, what's the next thing that's coming out. So right now, they have open comment period looks like, one of the open comment periods looks like it ended last year. There's another one that was opened up. I'm not too sure what MPRM is. Someone might have to help me out with that one in the chat box. So that's another one that you're looking for. And I don't know, Jay. How come it's not on Safety FM radio? I got to figure that one out so we could broadcast at the same time. Yeah, I need to do that one. That'd be a good one. So here's another one. Let's scroll down a little bit more. I'm going to go back because I clicked to see what the lockout tagout was. I didn't read it because you guys could read it on your own. I just want to show you what that one was. So proposed rules is right about that 18-month mark. Final rules means that it's in the process of becoming a rule within the year, usually speaking. However, at any one of these stages, if there's an event that happens in the country, it could shoot from pre-rule all of a sudden to final rule, or it could shoot up from, proposed rule to final rule, depending on the open comment period and everything similar to that. So you have a few other things here for final rules that you're seeing that will probably mean a lot to you. So if you have cranes and derricks and you work around a railroad, here's some new rules for you that's going to help you out. Handling retaliation for Taxpayer First Act. That's really not going to help us, but OSHA does almost all of the record keeping. It's not record keeping, excuse me. Back up. They do almost all of the fines and the complaints related to whistleblower cases. So OSHA will do the investigation on the whistleblower cases. So that's really what this one boils down to. So there's going to be another rule here for crystal and silica. That's in a proposed rule stage. Chances are it's going to be the Table 1 tasks things, which is Table 1 is in the construction standard. In the construction standard in 1926, 1153, I believe, is the section. You're going to see where the silica standard has this one table in there that if you do any of these 18 items on this table, then you have a prescribed way of protecting yourself. So chances are that this Table 1 task is probably going to be updated over here because there's a whole bunch of things. Let's see. OSHA issued 2 separate standards for construction and 1 for general engineer side. Neither. So basically, it looks like OSHA failed to adequately explain its decision to omit medical removal protections from the rule and remanded the rule for further conditions. So it looks like they're going to change the medical approval thing. So I'm not too sure what that is, but, follow along with that. That's going to help you out. And so hopefully that's going to be good for you. And I would definitely, and hey, Chris, if you are in the construction industry, I would really kind of keep a good eye on the regulatory agenda, because that does mean a lot to you, especially in construction, because they have a lot more changes than general industry for the most part. And Again, I've mentioned the last time, Tuesday when I did this, and I'm going to do these Tuesday and Thursday. I'm looking for 11 o'clock if I'm home or not previously engaged. However, if I am, still looking for Tuesday, Thursday, but not 11 a.m., it'll be in the evening time at those times. So I'll let you guys know when it is. But trying to get a nice regular schedule so you have a good opportunity to write your questions, come up with anything's new come up, then I am good with helping you out. That's what I'm here. I'm going to be your coach per se for your OSHA compliance. While I'm waiting for the next question, for those of you that are two finger typers, if you're a two finger typer, go ahead. I'll give you a little chance. If you want to be a safety consultant or you're looking to be a safety consultant, I've got a course out there. I got the book, so that's always good. And you can get the book on sheldonprimus.com. Go to the shop, and that's where you're going to get the book for free. So you could download that one. If you want to go a little further and do the course, then you go to the Safety Consultant Blueprint course.com, and that's the address you got over there. I love being able to see that stuff, so that's good. All right, any other questions on OSHA compliance help? I'm here to help you, so you want to make sure that you utilize this time right now to get the in. My shirt says I'm a safety consultant, so that means I know what I'm talking about, right? So let's see what we got. I got another comment that popped up over here. Nice living room. All right. You like the piano in the back, man? This is, stock footage. Of course. I don't know. Some people might think this is my real house, so I might have to just go with that. Like newscasters, whenever I'm seeing the newscasters, now that everyone has to be in their home on Zoom or on whatever, I'm looking at their houses and I'm like, look at that book that they're reading right now. And they stage all their books. They got them all set up real nice. I love the ones when their pets show up. You see, there was one lady who was a political commentator, and her little Yorkie poo was just hanging out in the chair, just being a dog, not knowing that he's on national TV. So that's good. All right. Any other questions? Go ahead, put them in. Questions, comments. I'm streaming right now on Facebook. I've got several groups on Facebook that I'm streaming on right now. I'm also streaming live on LinkedIn. Hey, LinkedIn. Hey, Facebook. 2 channels on YouTube, the OSHA Compliance Help channel and the Safety Consultant channel on YouTube, and then also the Twitch Safety Consultant Twitch page. So that is all the avenues that we're streaming right now. So if you have another OSHA compliance question, go ahead. If not, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen once more with you guys. And we are going to look at some of the charts that I think are now starting to show up. So the 2019 data is really, because most of the data is like a year behind. So when it releases, now in November 2020, 2020 was the data that was all compiled from 2019. So I'm going to share my screen real quick with you guys and show you one of the things that came out of this. And you're going to see me look down, and that's just me actually looking at my computer screen because it's a little further down. Ergonomically, I should have it up higher. But right now, that's the way I've got it. So here's the data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. So BLS, right now, this is information that that they are releasing. So they're telling us about non-fatal injuries, but they are recordable cases. And when we say recordable, we mean as per the 1904 record-keeping standard, the recordability standard. There's a nice little checklist and a list to go through with recordable versus not recordable. Can be tricky, but again, it's not rocket science. However, a lot of people are intimidated by it because of all the rules. You can't follow through it. And even OSHA has to go back and flip through the rules and do their own interpretation. But this is going to be recordable per 1904 standard. So that's what OSHA has released right now for recordability. I am going to put this in the chat box. I think I could do that. So It's the most recent data. I like using this for classroom purposes. So this is me broadcasting to you through a chat. Let's see if it shows up. It should start showing up on all the different places that I'm streaming right now live. You're going to start looking in the chat and you're going to be able to see what I just put in here so you can see this along with me. So with the incident rates, it looks like I'm just going to do the summary over here. So private industry is 2.8 cases, and that is for recordable cases per every 100 full-time equivalent workers. When they say full-time equivalent, it's someone who's working a 40-hour work week over 52 weeks, and they'll do that in FTEs. That's what OSHA loves to think about, FTEs. So this is a ratio of how many injuries they get per 100 person in FTEs. So 2.8. And then you go down a little further for incident rates of days away from work, the AFW. It's 0.9 per 100 full-time equivalent hours. And then days job transferred or restricted. Transferred is this. You can't work in the field because you've been injured so badly, but what we'll do is we'll put you in the office. So you can work in the office for a little while and just sort some papers. And when you get 100% medically cleared, then we're going to get you back in the field. Or if they actually tell you that, hey, that's a transfer. If someone says, doctor says, you can't lift 50 pounds like your job description says, but you can lift 10 until the next week, and then we'll bump you up to 20. And then we'll monitor you the next week. If you're still good, then we'll bump you up to 30. And you'll get your way to 50 pounds. So you're going to end up having a restriction. Therefore, that's part of what this rating is. So in this case, they're saying that the restriction rate is right now 0.7 cases per 100 full-time working hours, FTEs. So I would say from this line over here that they're saying essentially there's not a change between 2018 and 2019 with non-fatal injuries and illnesses in the private industry worker. So not bad, but if you were to scroll down over here, they kind of give you a distinction between blue was 2018, red is 2019, and then in some sectors over here, you can see that there was actually a decrease. So in most parts, there was a decrease. So that's how you would read this stuff. So I'm not going to go through everything here because there's 9 pages, but I just at least wanted to give you guys a good update of something that you would like to see, as well as giving some people that needed to type in an OSHA compliance question some time there. So I am looking at my chat. It does not look like we've got any new ones, so that's good. It seems like you're getting your questions answered, so I'm okay with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end for today. Before I take off, I just want to let you know that I do still have those early bird tickets for the OSHA Compliance Help Masterclass, which is going to be in January. So you have to go to sheldonprimus.com/events. And once you do that, then you're going to be able to get those early bird tickets. So I'm looking down again, making sure there's no more comments. Good deal. So I'm going to wind it up. Man, not bad. I got it done. I've been trying to keep it within the half hour for some reason. It's just stuck in my head. Maybe one day I'll grow up and be like Jay Allen and do a whole hour show. But I'm still developing. I got my kiddie pool instead of going into the Olympic swimming pool. I'm still on the kiddie pool side. So I'm doing, the 25, 30 minutes. I'm good with that. So, all right, everybody. Well, thanks a lot for listening to the OSHA Compliance Help Show. I'm going to do this again next Tuesday at 11 a.m. Next Thursday, I actually have an event, so we're going to actually do that one a little bit later. So I'll make sure I promote it for you so you can know exactly what day it's going to be. And with that, I'm going to tell you what I always tell you when I can find it. Go get 'em.